Rebecca, should I go find her? Oh, here she
No,
comes.
day one. Day one.
Okay.
Okay, Public Works will come to order again. Item 29, Resolution 2023-0703, resolution granting a privilege to 9524 West LLC for property located at 9424 West Greenfield Avenue. Text key number 443-0215-000. It's for an awning overhanging a.
Move to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries for adjourn.
Okay. Public Safety Committee is called to order. Let the record reflect all members are present. We're going to start with item 33, 2023-0619, which is a new operator's license bartender Class D application for Haley Wahozak. This is her third appearance. Is she here? Come on up. Welcome. Glad you could finally make it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Haley, the reason why you're brought to the Public Safety Committee is when you apply for your license, obviously your history of traffic citations and or other things come up, and there were a few things on your record in which would be flagged. So dating back from 2018 to present of 2023, it's noted that one of the things that would be substantially related to a bartender's license is an OWI, for example, and I see that you had that on your record from 2018. What is the status of your driver's license currently?
Fallon,
Okay, and where are you planning on working?
Natty Oaks.
Natty Oaks? Okay. And as far as that OWI in 2017, I really don't see anything that is substantially related. Did you have to do any particular work when you had the OWI, such as any counseling, anything like that?
I had to, do counseling and have the blower in my car.
Okay, the toxilizer? Or,
Yeah, for a year.
Okay.
Ignition interlock device.
Yeah, okay, thank you. A lot of words there. All right, and I don't have any other questions at this time. Do any of the committee members have any questions?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Alderwoman Reinke.
you had a couple of the drug-related offenses. One was okay, and the other one wasn't okay. Have you had any counseling regarding that or rehabilitation for that?
Yes, I was in a 90-day inpatient program back in 2018 to 2019, and then I was also in drug court, which I completed back in 2019.
I see.
I've been sober since.
Is this position part-time or full-time?
Part-time.
Full-time.
Part-time.
Oh, part-time, okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, Alderwoman Reinke, were you finished?
Oh,
Okay, just wanted to make sure. All right, there's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Haley. Okay, next item is item number 34, 2023-0640, new operator's license bartender Class D application for Hannah Andrzejczyk. This is Hannah's second appearance. Is she here tonight? Okay. Ms. Grill,
Motion to
did any?
deny for lack of appearance.
Okay, just wanted, before that, did she call? No, okay. So there's been a motion and a second for denial. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 35, 2023-0654, new operator's license. Bartender Class D operator application for Russell Warvick. First appearance. Is Mr. Warvick here? Is there a motion?
Motion to hold.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion to hold and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item will be held. Item 36, 2023-0655, new operator's license bartender Class D operator application for Caleb Gray. Caleb's first appearance. Is Caleb here? Hi, Caleb. Please come forward. All right, welcome. Caleb, same thing as we had mentioned to Haley as to why you're here. And I'm looking back on the notes for DOT, and you have some accidents that you had and one operating while suspended. I have a question. How did you get here this evening?
I drove myself.
Okay. What is the status of your driver's license?
I believe it's valid right now.
Okay. Attorney Serwin, can you check? Because what we have here is that it's noted that your DOT is that you are suspended.
Okay. I have no idea. I haven't gotten any letters in the mail saying I was suspended lately.
Okay.
So,
I can check if we want to pass this. I just need to. Do you have your driver's license with you?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
My pockets in the street.
Should we hold this and carry forward, or just wait?
Yeah, if you want
for
to pass just for a moment.
Can you run it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right there, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Gray, we're just going to hold this and move on to the next item. So if you'd like to have a seat back there, we're just going to check your status. Okay, moving forward to item 37, 2023-0658, new operator, bartender's license, Class D operator for Kia Payne. Is Kia here? Did she call? Okay, is there a motion?
Motion to hold.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second to hold. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 38, 2023-0678, new operators, licensed bartender Class D operator application for Jesse Gull. First appearance. Is Jesse Gull here? All right, is there a motion?
Motion to hold.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now, we can still wait. We can go to the text. Okay. Item 39, R 2023-0709, which is the resolution to provide text to 911 services. I would assume that everyone here read through the proposal as far as moving allocated monies in order to have this service. I know when we discussed this, I was a big proponent to make sure that we had this when we took on our own 911 services. So Chief Mitchell's here. If you would like to just give us a quick overview. Thank you.
So this is a follow-up from the committee of the whole where we talked about directly receiving cellular 911 calls. As you recall, as you already stated during that hearing, you expressed an interest in getting text to 911. Our initial plan was to do that in 2025 when we upgrade the room. We started getting into the weeds and researching it. And for the dollar amount that we quoted, which is around $31,000, we can pay for the cost of text to 911 and get the service as soon as we can get it installed. Now, the reality is we probably won't get it installed until January or February based on what Baycom is telling us. But once implemented, and a part of the quote is training for the dispatchers, we would have the ability to directly receive text to 911.
And Chief, I have to thank you for really going back and taking that quite seriously, what we had discussed. I appreciate that it's coming a lot sooner than 2025.
Yep, happy to.
So I appreciate that. Go ahead, Alderman Rowe.
I would text you guys because I have a home invasion. I'm hiding in my closet. What?
So right now, there is not a lot of people that text to 911, but it is going to grow. The younger generation text for pretty much anything that
Yes,
it can.
correct.
So yes, if you were in the
Okay.
trunk of a car,
Right, okay.
hiding in a closet, it would be more efficient to text to 911
They
as
wouldn't hear you.
compared to trying to whisper. Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Are there any other questions? All right, Chief, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I know this went down to admin and finance too. Do we do a vote on this as far as?
They approved it.
Okay, all right, then we're good. Item 39 is closed. We can head back to item 36, which is Caleb Gray. Attorney Serwin,
I did run the license. You can come up. I did run his license or driver's license that he had here. There's a DOT general. It's accessible to the public. It's nothing private. But it's currently suspended, and so I had a discussion with him right now about what might be the cause of that and whether it's points or unpaid fines. Our discussion was it's ultimately up to the committee what happens today. I know we have a meeting next week, and I'm not sure if he can clear up that suspension, which is different than a revocation.
right.
Might be able to clear that up in short work. I don't know. It's up to the committee how you want to proceed, but it is currently suspended.
Okay, thank you so much for checking into that. And Caleb, I just want to mention to you, because we do have these listed here, you also had it operating while suspended in May. So you're currently probably, I think that's probably the one that you need to rectify, correct? Okay,
I explained that to the Attorney General.
okay, and other than that, I mean, you really have traffic violations. So if you can clear that up, I don't see any reason why you can't get your bartender's license, in my opinion. Do any of the other committee members have any questions?
So
Go
you'll
ahead.
be driving home with a suspended license out of this parking lot tonight, correct?
Yeah, I don't live too far.
I suggest you call for a ride.
I will. I'll probably call I think my wife's at home right now, so.
Thank you.
All right, any other
Madam
questions?
Chair.
Go ahead.
How long is this suspension for?
I don't get that information. I just get that what the status is currently. So there's a few things that could suspend a license. It could be, again, points if you have more than 12 in a year. It could be unpaid fines. So that would be the quickest to settle up, and that might be the case. I don't really know at this point. Some of these tickets that are on there are more than a year old, and so the points would start to fall off. He'll just have to contact the DMV and figure out what that process forward is going to be, if there is a process forward. But there's no timeline for a suspension. A revocation would have a definite timeline.
I see. And how long can we hold this?
I wouldn't advise very long, but if we have a meeting, that's next week, I believe, again, so maybe a week. Usually I don't want to indefinitely, I want people to have a decision one way or the other, but I think it would be in the applicant's best interest to try to get this cleared up if that's going to be problematic for obtaining a license.
So if he's able to clean it up during the week, he could come back next meeting with proof that he cleaned it up, and then we could vote on it.
If you want, yeah.
May I remind the committee, just because this is not an offense that would be substantially related to the licensing activity, that this is something that, quite honestly, you need to make money to pay a ticket, correct?
Yes.
Okay, where are you working?
Applebee's.
Applebee's, okay, in full-time?
Yes.
Okay, so in order to clear that up, you need employment. I don't think that holding this, in my opinion, really benefits that. If you need to find alternate transportation, that's up to you.
Yeah.
But as far as the licensing activity, this does not substantially relate. I really do commend you for your honesty. It appears that you obviously didn't know you were suspended. So if you get that cleared up, I'm fine. I don't feel the need to hold this. I don't know.
It's just that he's going to continue driving, I would assume,
Not tonight.
without the
Probably not.
license.
Probably not within next week. I'll
And
be
if you
driving.
cleared up the license, then I would feel much better about this.
Attorney Serwin, would you mind outlining that again as far as what substantially relates to our licensing and what does not?
Yeah,
I
so,
understand that.
yeah, under chapter 111.335, it has to be a conviction that substantially relates to the license activity. So that language substantially, I think, is put in there intentionally to make it tied to, or at least require the committee to tie it to what the licensee is going to be doing. And so, certainly if you're tying it to the convictions, I would not say traffic matters substantially relate. But honesty is important. I think that the recognition today that the suspension is currently active is functional, useful, or that the applicant drove here. Beyond that, obviously you don't want an applicant that is intentionally breaking the law, and I think that's kind of this gray area for the committee to consider. I would, from a legal standpoint, agree that the convictions by themselves are not substantially related to license activity. And honestly, somebody doesn't need to have a driver's license to have a bartender's license. They're not mutually exclusive. They're separate things altogether. But don't break the law to come here to get a license is a pretty fair assessment. I just whether or not you can rely on that is, I'm not going to be on open record saying yes or no on that.
Thank you.
I understand.
Madam Chairwoman,
Go
I
ahead.
just want to ask a question, and you've been honest with it, I appreciate it. Now that you know that your license is suspended, would you be driving to work?
No, it's one bus from my house to my job, so I
Okay,
can take
so
the
you
bus.
have no reason to, until you get this thing cleared up, am I correct?
Nope.
Motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
All right, there's been a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Caleb. All right, and our final item is item 40, 2023-0680, summons and complaint in the matter of complaint against Addie's Pub LLC, 8812 West Greenfield Avenue, agent Addie Sikarniak. Addie, thank you very much for coming. I just want to do a quick reminder to the committee that Mr. Sikarniak, can you pronounce that for me? Okay, is here for a summons and complaint. Attorney Serwin is acting as prosecutor in this, and this is only for purpose of admission or denial. So there is no committee discussion at this point. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Attorney Serwin.
Thank you very much. Yes, and so I can sometimes wear different hats here. My hat for this process and going forward for any summons and complaint, obviously as usual, is as the prosecutor. So your only role today is to admit or deny the allegations. I've talked to you in the past about that, just kind of the process and what that would look like. And I know you'd like to have ongoing discussions with me. We can do that outside of the presence of the committee because we don't want them to prejudge any of the issues. So tonight, the only decision you make is if you admit the allegations in the complaint, if you agree with all those allegations. If you don't agree with the allegations, you deny, and we would set a future hearing date in front of this committee. And that's about it. So, do you have, which one are you picking, admission or denial?
Deny.
Okay, very good. And so I guess that would create the situation where I'll work with the clerk's office to schedule a future date. I also have a proposal, and I don't want the committee to prejudge anything, and I had a discussion with the city attorney just briefly about it. I'm going to request potentially having this back on the agenda next week with options. I'm going to work with the licensee very quickly because the next meeting is next week. That way we don't delay having a hearing because I won't be ready to have a hearing in a week anyways. But we can also work towards some efficiencies if possible. Would that be okay with the committee?
I'm fine with it. Is
Yeah.
there any
Okay,
objections?
I'm fine. Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Addie. All right, that looks like our agenda's completed. Is there a
Motion
motion?
to adjourn.
Okay,
Second.
motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.